year ago. Do you consider this to be the more dominant performance, even though they may have had a few more yards on the ground?
Well, yes, because we're at their place, and Clemson folks know how hard it is to win down here, and I love our guys. They were locked in. They had a great mentality. They really bought into what we needed to do to get ready for this game from fall camp on, and it's hard. I mean, this is a team that usually somewhere in that top 10 in rushing in the country. They know what the heck they're doing, but at the end of the day, our guys they won the matchups up front. It's just really that simple. They just won the matchups, and when they can block you, you're in for a long night. If they can't block you, then they're in for a long night, and that's really what it came down to tonight.
Davin, some of the stuff you need to clean up, is that just typical early season stuff, or is it stuff that does concern you in the big picture?
No, just simple things. We might just bust it. I mean, he just ran a slant route. And we got the perfect matchup, so we had a bust on that. But that, I've never coached a perfect game, and there's every game I've ever coached. I don't care what game it is. I always have corrections, always. But I certainly try to focus on the positive, and we try to correct the negative and the mistakes. Had a couple offsides, critical. We had 2 other potential touchdowns where we had protection issues. We had Artavis had his guy beat, and Sean couldn't set because the guy was busted, was completely busted. And then we had one other one where we had a chance to have a touchdown and we got sacked, missed assignment up front. And we protected our quarterback very well. I mean, 2 of our 3 games coming into this, we had no sacks on our OL. So we'll correct that. We got a good bunch, but they got good players too, and they make plays. That's football. But definitely nothing that's not correctable. Nothing major at all. Really. And then in that fourth quarter, again, you hadn't had the ball. And so now you're in the fourth quarter, you got a big lead, and they're really selling out. And we're trying to, manage the clock, trying to milk it down, trying to find something there in the running game. And there's a few things that we probably wish we could have had back as coaches, where I think we could have maybe helped them a little bit more. Again, they give them some credit. They were doing what they needed to do to try to get the ball back, force a turnover or something like that. And, we kept it clean, and we were able to play the field position. Defense was playing great, so we were probably a little conservative there in the fourth quarter. But that's kind of what the situation called for, and how paying attention to the game and how we were playing. So pleased with Teasdall. I mean, he really did a good job of pinning them deep, and once we got kind of locked in, it was okay. They're gonna have to try to throw the ball, and I felt like that was an advantage for us.
Devin, what have you heard on Jalen Williams?
I think he said it was MCL, so they felt like his ACL looked good. So that's real positive. So we'll get him back. If something might be out, I'm sure he'll be out a few weeks or something, but he will be back. According to what they told me in the locker room, they'll do an MRI tomorrow to make sure that they felt like the ACL was good, which is great for him. So we've been fortunate, with the injuries that we've had. We've lost good players, but we're going to get them all back. We'll be getting Austin back here soon, and we're going to get Renfro back soon. And now Jalen will be out here for a little while, but at some point he'll be back. So I'm really happy for him. He was having a good season. Just glad that it wasn't the ACL. And outside of that, I think that was it. That was it.
How important was it to go for that march down and get that touchdown right away on the opening drive?
That's what I told the offense. I thought they set the tempo for the whole night on that drive. I thought that was a tremendous drive. So I was just telling them that in the locker room. The guys were ready to execute. We had a couple third downs. Big play by Ray, a little scissors route. They really picked up where they left off. I mean, we had 10 straight scoring drives. The last 3 drives of the Troy game, and then the first 7 of South Carolina State. And so it was good to see them come right out and boom, 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 create that type of momentum in the first half.
Coach, I've got